motivator. I lifted the bat and pulled back my arms. My first swing landed on the windshield with a sick crunch. The broken glass webbed out from the point of impact, caving in. "That's my boy." Vance smacked my back like a proud father who just watched his kid hit a home run. My gut tightened, like my stomach had taken the hit, not the car. Sweat dotted my skin, clinging to the back of my neck. What the hell was wrong with me? I needed to get my head back in the game. Vance unzipped the backpack he'd thrown onto the concrete floor when we'd first broken into the garage. He lifted a can of spray paint and tossed it to me. I thought they'd used all of them on the house. And that's not all. He tipped over the bag to show me the other cans he'd brought along. "Do your thing, Picasso." I should have known. Vance had let me stay back while Drew and Jamie worked on spraying the house and breaking windows earlier. He'd led me into a false sense of security, and now I knew why. This was the finale, and I was conducting it. I slipped on the painting mask and took in a deep breath. The familiar shape of the can held easier in my hand than the bat. The metal ball bearing clanged as I shook the can and squatted down. A hiss, and my hands glided against the side of the car as I directed the flow of the paint, shaping it, creating. I was the master, and the paint was my bitch. Jamie and Drew tipped over the boxes sitting on the metal shelves, the sound ricocheting against the walls. Papers flew around me. One landed on my head before floating to the floor. But I couldn't be bothered. I was in the zone. This was my aerosol-ridden heaven. Every now and then, a crunch or squeal of broken glass managed to disturb my work, but not enough to knock me out of the high I felt when painting. Vance pulled out a cigarette and lit it, the flame flickering in the dark, showcasing the scar that sank on his left cheek. He never got his hands dirty with stuff like this. He made sure it got done, that we didn't back down. I ground my teeth and went back to work, spraying the finishing touches to my masterpiece. An ache lanced along my muscles. I stood up and rubbed my shoulders, pulling my hoodie up over my head. June nights in Pennsylvania could be suffocating, but I didn't want to risk being recognized, and my dark sweatshirt did the job. I cleared my throat. "We should get out of here." Vance eyed me for a second, predatory in the dark. He smirked and said, "Good idea. It's getting kinda late." I turned around and surveyed the wreckage. The crushed windshield of the Porsche, the flames I'd drawn on the black paint, shining, ready to carry it away into the sky. Maybe the badass work would make up a little for the rest of the car. Drew and Jamie had been busy while I'd painted. The trophies on the shelves were bent and broken. The headlights were smashed. The sides of the car so fragmented it seemed like it was hunching in on itself. They'd also turned over one of the shelves. A paint puddle formed on the ground by the back of the garage. A sharp smile edged on the side of Vance's mouth. "We did good." He rubbed his hands together. "I think Hopper will get the message." With caution coating our movements, we pulled up the door of the detached garage, the only way out. When we'd first arrived, there was still enough noise to cover our entrance, but the party had died down and the night had stilled with the quiet ready to turn on us. We'd managed to get the door high enough for all of us to duck into the driveway when the sound of a motorcycle pulling in up front made us freeze. "Shit, what's she doing here?" Vance muttered. I yanked my eyes up to his, stomach plummeting. This was supposed to be an easy job, in and out, no witnesses. I should have known better. Fisting my hands, I squeezed until my arms shook, trying to calm the anxiety climbing higher. The headlight bounced around as the girl maneuvered up the driveway and stopped in front of the garage, unaware of the mess surrounding her. A helmet hid her face behind the dark visor. She parked the motorcycle and turned it off. We ducked low as she slipped off the helmet and shook out her hair. Vance gave the signal when she turned her back to us, and I blinked myself back to the damaged garage. "Run!" I'd barely said the word when the girl twisted around.